So the first dimension of the hand of God is that the hand of God provokes creativity. Anywhere the hand of God manifests, creation becomes possible. Psalm 95 verse 5. See the way the Bible puts it. The whole enterprise of creation is an expression of the hand of God. He said the sea is his, and he made it, and his hand formed the dry ground. So the hand of God demonstrates power in creativity. You know, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, he said, in the beginning Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Elohim means almighty. So he's still talking about power, but the dimension of power that creates is the hand of God. So anytime the hand of God comes upon you, don't just be excited, become creative. That is where your business ideas come from. That is where dominion comes from. A man can be in business and he's struggling. This business is not working. What you need is the hand of God. When the hand of God comes upon you, you will know which business to do, and you will know how to market that business for it to prosper. Your ministry is not supposed to suffer. There is a creative dimension that the hand of God brings upon you, that you will know what step to take part time in order to be ahead of your generation. This is the secret of men who get ahead of their generation. When the hand of God comes upon them, they begin to think at the frequency of God. You know what the Bible said? 1 Corinthians 2 from verse 12. It said, we have not received the spirit of this world. We have received the spirit of God, that we may know the things that are freely given to us by God. And it said, which things the Holy Ghost teaches, not with wisdom, not with words that human wisdom teaches, but with words that the Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. He said, for the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, neither can he know them. The natural man can't know them, because there are certain realities that are at elevated realm. Only a man who is enabled can think from there. He said, but we have the mind of Christ. Every time the hand of God comes upon you, you begin to function at the frequency of Christ. And you know what the Bible said about Jesus? He said himself knew what he should do. He was never stranded. Himself knew what to do. And when he said knew what to do, it's not human strategy, it's supernatural strategy. In John chapter 6 from verse 11, they needed food. There were 5,000 men, not counting women and children. And Jesus taught for 3 days. When he was done, they said everybody was hungry. And Jesus said, give them something to eat. The disciples said, please don't go there. Even 1 year's wages can't feed them. They were thinking at the level of men. They had not come up either. There's a realm where the mind of God works. And Jesus said, no, we are not talking wages here. Because as far as they are concerned, there are two things they know that produce money or food: sowing and reaping, or wages and salary. But Jesus was operating at a realm beyond both. And they say, what do you have? They say, only a little boy here has 5 loaves and 2 fish. He said, bring it here. No, we are talking 5,000 men. If we count women and children, we'll be 20,000. Because anywhere you have 5,000 men, you are most likely to have 10,000 women. And anywhere you have 10,000 women, you are most likely to have 15,000 children. So what we are talking about here is over 20,000 people. 5 loaves and 2 fish. What are you going to do with it? There is a creative dimension in God. And when he collected it, he went back to Zion. You know what 5 and 2 is? 7. That's perfection. You are counting fish, you are counting bread. I've entered perfection. And he lifted it. I thank you, oh Father. Take, give them. In perfection, nothing can go wrong. And as they were breaking it, the bread was multiplying. The bread was multiplying. The bread was multiplying. When they finished feeding the people, he said, gather every fragment, let nothing be wasted. When they gathered it, there are 12 baskets. You know what 12 is? Government. I brought the realm of heaven. Superior intelligence. I move from perfection into divine government. So what you need to feed this man, when you can't sow and reap, when you can't have salaries, bring government, bring heaven. That level of intelligence, only Jesus knows it. So when the hand of God comes upon you, you can think like God. You can think at his frequency. Jesus went to pray, and the Bible said at the 3rd watch, every boat was gone. He needed to move. And he told the water something. Romans 8:19, the earnest expectation of creation waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. And sons of God are the deliverance of nature. Now I deliver you from bondage. Do what you can do. And the water said, I can carry men. And Jesus began to walk on the water. And began to walk on the water. And overtook those who were in the boat. And they saw him. He's a ghost. He said, no, it's I. I'm operating by the hand of God. I'm operating at a wisdom that you cannot study in Harvard. I'm operating at a wisdom that you cannot study in Oxford. See, there is a realm. There's a realm where the code of creation is kept. If you enter that realm, your business can fail. If you enter that realm, your marriage can fail. If you enter that realm, your ministry can fail. We are 2 years, sir. 2 years. We are 2 years. We are all over the world. It takes a wisdom, and it's the hand of God. It's not because we have strategists, but he tells us what to do, and when we do it, it outstands our generation. It's the hand of God. You are not defeated. You don't just know how to mobilize the hand of God. See, as you leave this conference, the hand of God will come upon you. You will know what your teachers don't know. He said you shall know better than even your teachers. And when you are in the wrong direction, he said you will hear a voice behind you telling you that is not the way to go. It's the technology of the hand of God, the creative powers of Elohim. That's when you can make things out of nothing. They look at your life. They say, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Give it time. You will be shocked. They look at you. They say, no, you are 80. Your life is gone. That's when you will tell them that what somebody does in 40 years can also be done in 1 year. It's all a function of wisdom and creativity. The hand of God sponsors supernatural creativity. Listen, as I teach you how to engage the hand of God, don't just be excited. Oh. There's no blessing in people calling you names. Prayer warrior, prayer champion. That is joke. The Pharisees have all those trophies. They didn't amount to anything. When you move the hand of God, search the spirit. Search it. They say, ask, you will receive. Seek, you will find. Knock, the door shall be open to you. You know what that means? You ask for what you know. But when you start seeking, it means you have gone beyond what you know. You are now looking for what has not been. And there are virgin dimensions in God that no man knows. When the hand of God came upon Moses, Moses will stretch his rod in a direction and the whole Nile will turn to blood. What knowledge is that? All of those knowledge are secrets in God kept for our glory. It said these things are hidden for your glory. 1 Corinthians 2, 6-8. These things are hidden. And Deuteronomy 29:29 said the secret of God put it for me, let me get it quickly. Deuteronomy 29:29. Help me fast. I'm beginning to sense some movement. Deuteronomy 29:29. The secret things belong to the Lord our God. He said, but the things that are revealed, they belong to us and to our children forever. It's the hand of God that reveals them. Because therein lies creativity, even in the order of the Christ. The second dimension, sit down for a moment. The second dimension of the hand of God is supernatural speed. 1 Kings 18 verse 46. And the hand of God was upon Elijah, and he outran the chariots of Ahab, even unto Jezreel. See, when we are talking the power of God, we are not just talking feelings. We are talking power that creates supernatural changes. You know what that means? The king represents status quo. That means the best of what can be obtained, he represents it. And his horses are the fastest for the purpose of security. You will never go to any land where anybody has a horse better than that of the king. But when the hand of God came upon Elijah, he outran the king and his chariots. That means if the hand of God comes upon your life, you will defy status quo. They told you civil servants can't be wealthy. And then you now enter a frequency of speed. You receive salary for 2 years and you invest it in a business, and that business brings billions. And they ask you, how did you do it? It's supernatural speed. They told you this ministry you are going into, until you are 15 years you won't succeed. You are 1 year and you start doing what those who are 20 in it can do. It is speed. Listen, don't grade your life based on other people's experiences. Their experience is based on how much of God they know and how much of God they apply. Thank God for them. Learn from them. Don't despise them. Learn from them. But don't limit your destiny. Don't peg your destiny at another person's experience. Yes, it may take somebody else 20 years. Nobody says it won't take me 6 months. If the hand of God comes upon you, you can outrun the chariots of Ahab. He can outrun. See, so when God comes upon your life, one focus you must have is speed. And this is why you cannot carry unnecessary weight. They tell you somebody spoke about you, ignore them. Oh, they are gossiping somebody here, leave them alone. They are besetting sin, they are weight. When you are moving on high speed, you don't need weight. Go and look at the athletes. They wear very tight wears because weight is not a friend of one who moves at high speed. So you can't carry weight. They are gossiping people, leave them. They are backbiting people, leave them. They are attacking you, leave them. Be focused. Speed requires focus so that you don't take a wrong direction. Because if you're in the wrong direction, speed is not an advantage. So you will need focus in order to stay in the right direction and to maximize the hand of God. That's why some of us who are on very high frequency, we are careful of our association. Because we cannot be the reason why we go in the wrong direction or we slow ourselves down. You know what the Bible said? It said when the Spirit comes upon you, they that wait upon the Lord, it said they mount up with wings like the eagles. You don't know you have wings until the hand of God comes upon you. Biology told you that you have 2 legs. Wait until your spiritual dimension appear. That's when you will know that you don't only have 2 legs, you also have wings. The wings come alive when the hand of God comes upon you. And he said when you mount up like the eagle. So you go high and you go fast at the same time because of the hand of God. The hand of God sponsors speed. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but that stagnation in your life has just broken. Sit down for a moment. I'm racing against time now. The third thing about the hand of God is that the hand of God works wonders. If everything in your life is natural, you are a failure. If you can explain everything about your destiny, you are a failure. Ask those who change things. There are many things about their life that is supernatural. And that supernatural life is a function of the hand of God. Acts 4:29-30. When the disciples of Jesus were beaten, flogged, intimidated, and they were warned to stop preaching, they came to God and said, Lord, now behold, they are threatening. Behold, they have paralyzed us with their threats. Behold it. They now say, grant unto thy servants all boldness that we may speak the word. How? They say, by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done in the name of thy holy child. If the hand of God is stretched, signs and wonders happen. So signs and wonders don't happen because we are orators. Signs and wonders happen because the hand of God is stretched. So if you want to see signs and wonders, do what moves the hand of God, and it will become natural. In Exodus chapter 3 verse 20, he said, I will stretch forth my hand and strike Egypt with all of my signs and my wonders. My life is a supernatural life because perpetually the hand of God is stretched upon me. That's why those days when God begins to use anybody, they say the hand of God is upon him. Signs. When the hand of God came upon Samson, the Bible says Samson took the gate of a city, the gate of Gaza, and he climbed the mountain. This gate you are seeing here, that's not a city gate. This one is the gate of a fence. Those days, a city is wall to wall. So from that junction, when you left the express, cross over to Buari here. If Buari is a city, the whole thing is a wall. And so the gate will be like 1 mile to 1 mile. Because they used to have soldiers stand on the gate. They call them sentry officers. So you need 100 soldiers to stand on the gate to keep watch. So we are talking about a gate that 100 officers can stand on. Samson came, pulled it out of the ground, carried it on his shoulder and climbed the mountain. Do you know how difficult it is to climb a mountain? let alone climbing with gate, because the hand of God was upon him. When the hand of God comes upon you, even when you talk, things happen. When you sing, things happen. Your life is embodied with the supernatural. I prophesy over someone tonight. From today, your life becomes an endless stream of the supernatural.